Alright folks, welcome back to another exciting episode. Today we're diving into the complex world of relationships, the challenges of adulthood, and, that wild roller coaster called life that seems to have more twists than a pretzel. So, let's get right into it. Have you ever felt like you're standing in the middle of the road, juggling your studies, personal issues, and everything else life throws at you? I know I have, and
Oh my gosh, I feel like that all the time. It's like life is just throwing these crazy distractions at you, right? Like, how do you even begin to juggle it all without feeling overwhelmed?
exactly. It's like trying to dodge cars while maintaining a perfect balance on a tightrope. I remember back in college, during finals week, I would stress about exams, my social life, and even my part-time job. I was metaphorically standing in the middle of that wild road you mentioned.
Yeah, I can picture that. But what about when you have something big hanging over you? Like, I don't know, getting expelled? That would, seriously derail your entire future. What's the thing that usually leads to those dramatic decisions, you think?
Great question. Expulsion is typically based on a combination of academic performance and behavioral issues, much like a pressure cooker, right? If too much pressure builds up, bam! You explode. I once knew a guy who was on the brink of expulsion due to his grades. He turned it around by forming a study group. It's all about perspective and action, right?
Oh wow, a study group? That's really clever. It's almost like forming an alliance in a video game, where everyone has their skills to contribute. So, was he super nervous when he approached people to form the group?
Absolutely. He was sweating bullets. It's daunting to ask for help. It feels vulnerable. But think about it. When you're stuck in a game, you don't just quit, you seek allies. And that's key in real life too. The irony is, it often takes a crisis, like the risk of expulsion, to spur that kind of collaboration.
Wow, I've never thought of it like that. It's like, what if I had a whole team when I'm facing challenges, like in those movies, where a reluctant hero forms a team to take down a huge villain? Speaking of villains, what do you think are the biggest distractions we face these days?
Oh, distractions are like the flying monkeys in that classic tale, always swooping in. Social media, toxic relationships, even our own self-doubt can be those distractions. During my final year in grad school, I faced all kinds of distractions. One day, I'd be binge-watching the latest show, and the next moment, I'd be questioning my path entirely.
Ugh, that reminds me of times when I was just mindlessly scrolling through TikTok rather than studying. It's like I'm losing time but can't look away. How do you pull yourself back from that edge of distraction?
Great insight! It actually requires conscious effort, almost like regaining control of the remote. Try setting a timer for focused tasks, then rewarding yourself with small breaks. I like to think of it as training a puppy. You set boundaries and then praise them. Who doesn't love that?
Haha, a puppy. But what if your puppy is just too cute and won't listen? I mean, isn't it hard to break unhealthy patterns sometimes?
Oh, for sure. It's like trying to resist that last slice of pizza. Temptation is strong, but what you really need is to create an environment that supports your goals. It's all about surrounding yourself with positive influences, much like picking the right characters in a strategy game.
Right. And speaking of strategies, do you think relationships play a role in overcoming these distractions, like having a supportive partner or friends?
Definitely. Imagine navigating this chaotic maze of life with a teammate who helps lift the weight. Those relationships can act as anchor points, grounding you when the storms hit. I had a friend whose partner helped him stay focused during a really demanding job, turning stress into productivity.
Whoa, that sounds like a dream. So like when you're feeling overwhelmed, you can lean on someone instead of going solo. Kind of like having a co-pilot or something, right?
Exactly. Having that support system diminishes the burden. Remember, life isn't meant to be tackled alone. The right people can help you navigate through all the ups and downs.
I love that. So it's like building your own little fortress of support.
Precisely. Let's keep forging ahead, folks. I mean, what can we learn today that might just lift someone up tomorrow? There's always a way forward if we remain open to collaboration and connection.
Yes, and I want to keep this momentum. It's so exciting. What's next, oh wise one?
All right, let's explore those life transitions, the crossroads where we often find ourselves. You know, those moments that could change everything.
Ooh, I can't wait to dive into that. Let's go!